finally replaced my plant. I had a nice plant like this one there before, but it died when we renovated the bathroom. Then we were not here for a few months, so I finally bought a new one and I'm happy. Alright, I guess I maybe should introduce myself first. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Maria and I live in the northeastern part of Italy, but I am Canadian. And on this channel I usually talk like only or mostly about knitting, but I think in this vlog we will obviously talk about knitting again, but I also want to do a bit of sewing, and maybe I'll start a sourdough starter. Let's see how that goes. Oh, and we have for me, it's a pretty big hike planned for next weekend, the upcoming weekend. So I will probably take you along for that as well. So yeah, I was saying that today I want to sew a skirt. So basically what I'm wearing now is the petali slipover, so petals in Italian, because it has all these little scallop details that remind me of petals, and it's worked sideways, so it's very fun for the construction. This is my summery version that I made in a DK weight cotton, but I also have a wool version that is like my main sample, I guess, the first one that I made. And I was having a hard time finding something to wear with it for pattern pictures, because there are a lot of things that I could pair with in my wardrobe, but nothing was really like making the slipover shine, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I think I landed on a potential outfit, but I would need a skirt to go with it. And I do have some fabric scraps that I can use, so at least I don't need to buy anything. I have everything that I need, so that's the plan for today. I guess I might change into like the top and the pullover that I'm planning to wear, and then I'll talk to you about the skirt that I'm planning. Alright, so this is the blouse shirt that I plan on wearing underneath. I thrifted, or I got this on Vinted, and actually when it arrived, I think it was like my first time buying something from Vinted in a very long time. I got recently back into thrifting after a few years of basically buying no clothes, so no thrifting either. But yeah, so I bought this and it arrived in a pretty bad state, the package, and I think it was from France that I ordered it from. And when it arrived, it had like the packaging tape of the Italian company that delivered it here. So I thought, okay, it probably got opened during transit. And so when I opened it, it looked fine. I was impressed because it's white or off-white. I thought it would be like destroyed. I was pretty pleasantly surprised, but then when I held it up like this, I noticed that in the back there was a big hole. So probably somehow the package got opened and it ripped something. So this past weekend I fixed it. I think you can kind of see like where I fixed it, but it's definitely much better and wearable, and especially if I wear a slipover over, you are never going to notice that it's there. So I will put this sample on. So this is what it looks like over. It's not perfect because this blouse has like a bit of a drop shoulder. Like ideally I wanted to wear something with it that was like this, but it's not the end of the world. And yeah, so I think that now I just need something that is like quite high-waisted, because like right now I'm wearing it with pants, and like if I do this you still see a lot, so it doesn't look great. So I have a like a remnant of another project. This is a very dark brown corduroy, probably looks black on camera, But I'm planning to just make like a super simple little skirt to go with it. I think that's going to look nice. I changed back into the summery version because it's still very warm here, too warm to wear wool. But yeah, so I will be making a skirt with a pretty cool tool book. This book. This book is, I wonder how old it is. From 1956. So this belonged to my mother-in-law's aunt, I believe. And she gave it to me, my mother-in-law, when she was like cleaning out their stuff in the house of her mother. Anyways, long story short, she gave this to me because she thought that I would like to use it, and I happily accepted to bring it into my house. It's a book that teaches you how to like grade your own patterns or like draw your own patterns for sewing. It comes with 2 wooden stencils. Like this. So I think these are mostly useful if you're doing, I think this one is for a collar or for the sleeve. Yeah, this one is for the collar. I think this one is for the sleeve when you're doing the armhole shaping. And yeah, so it's very cool. I don't think I need this today though, because I'm just making a skirt. So if I'm not mistaken, I don't need this. But I will try to study how to make the skirt. Basically, there's different patterns inside. This. So you can make blouses, skirts, dresses. There's like patterns for just like a sleeve. There's a pattern for a bra, nightgowns. It's quite nice. I really like this type of thing. So yeah, I'm going to attempt to make this skirt. The only thing is that I don't have a zipper, so I'm probably not going to finish it today. But let's get started. Alright, I have my 2 pattern pieces. There is a hole in this one just because I was using some paper that I think I got in like a shipment or something. There was a hole. But it'll do. Because this is like half of the back and this is half of the front. And I was kind of doubting all of this when I was cutting to it because it looks tiny, but I took a skirt that I own and put it like in front. Like this. And I think it makes sense. If you can see it all. So I think that all these like vintage patterns, they don't have the seam allowance, so when I cut into the fabric I'll have to add a few 1 centimeter, I guess, for a seam allowance. And we should be good to go. studio is a mess, as it should be, right? When you're sewing. But I have made good progress. It's not closed on the side here. And there's no instructions obviously in this pattern, so I kind of like assembled it how I thought it would be best. I think it's fine for now. The only issue is the zipper. So I didn't have a zipper in this color. I had one in like this brown. I don't know if you can see, but I can definitely see here because the skirt is quite tight, so when it pulls you still see the invisible zipper. So I think I will go buy a darker zipper, probably just a black one is fine, and I'll continue the skirt another day. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go knit now, but I'll talk to you probably tomorrow. Alright, I'm done making the skirt. It's much better with the correct colored zipper. And I'm really happy with it. I made it much shorter than the pattern in the book suggested, because I wanted a mini skirt. And yeah, I did like a pretty wide hem at the bottom, which I'm happy with. There are darts in the back. So yeah, it's just a very simple skirt, but it does the job. So now I'll go ahead and take a few pictures and post a testnet call. I just put the testnet call for the Petali slipover. And I always get a bit nervous when I put out a testnet call because it's like then that you realize if a pattern, like if people want to knit it or not. Or I guess it's like one indicator, but yeah, so I'm a bit nervous about that. And I also need to take pattern pictures for these socks. I actually still need to weave in the ends, but these are the Agrimonia socks, and I think by the time that you're seeing this video the pattern will be out. But I need to take pattern pictures for that. I wanted to do it today, but I think I have or my husband has a delivery. I don't remember which is what. So yeah, I don't want to like start taking pictures and then get interrupted by a delivery, so I might track whatever it is that we're waiting for and see if I take the pictures for this today or not, but yeah. Okay, I've just checked the testnet call form and we have applicants, so I feel a bit less stressed. I'm weaving in the ends of the Agrimonia socks, and I just realized, I think it's the first time that I flip the work inside out, and it looks also nice on the wrong side. Cute! I think it almost looks nicer on the wrong side. Look at that. Maybe on camera it doesn't look so nice, but I think it, like the flowers pop out a bit more. It's quite nice. I was thinking actually of making, because I have 2 hot water bottles that don't have a cover, so I was thinking of making hot water bottle covers with maybe a stitch pattern similar to this one, so maybe I could do the reverse on those hot water bottles. Who knows? Oh, and I also started to edit the footage of this vlog, and I realized that I didn't tell you what I have on my forehead. Basically, last weekend we spent a good chunk of the weekend actually just preparing the bathroom to paint it, because we renovated our bathrooms like a few months ago now, and we still have to paint them because there's places where before there was tiles and they took it out, then they like remade the wall, but they didn't paint, so we still need to paint. And yeah, we were just preparing the bathroom for that, and I tried to like get up on, I'll maybe show you a picture, it's gonna be easier. We have like a mirror with 2 light fixtures on each side, and I tried to like get up in there to put some tape around the ceiling, and I like hit my head on one of the light fixtures. I think it's better now, but I think in the first few sections of the vlog you can really see it's pretty bad. It's an occupational hazard. We were like constantly doing work on the house and stuff like that. It's just bound to happen. Right, I just finished taking the pictures for the Agrimonia Socks and I'm really pleased with them. I had the vision for this little photo shoot in my mind ever since I started knitting these. So I'll maybe put here a few of the pictures just so you can see as I'm talking. But basically I wanted to wear the skirt that I made from this fabric that I picked up while we were in Japan. And because I like the scallop edge of that skirt, it reminds me of the little tiny scallops here on the socks. And I wanted to showcase, I guess, the very nice, I don't know how to call it, like, I think it's made to like cover a bedspread, I guess, in crochet that my husband's grandmother made. And it's like a masterpiece. Like, I still can't believe that this woman made that. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, I thought that it would look all nice together, but of course it's always like a bit difficult to like translate what I have in my mind in a picture, but I'm really pleased with how it all turned out. But yeah, so now the pattern is available. You can use the code Agrimonia15 for a 15% discount until October 1st. And yeah, I guess I'll talk a bit about the construction, how the test went, and a few tips to block the decorative edge. So yeah, let's start with the construction. So these are toe-up socks, and I was hesitating a bit to design another pair of toe-up socks because I know that they're not everyone's favorite sock construction, but I don't understand why, because I find it very engaging. I don't know, it's different than the cuff down, obviously, but I like it in different ways. So when you're working it toe up, like the heel portion, like you don't have to pick up stitches here, like everything is done at once. So I think it's quite like magical to see it like come to life. I really like that part. And yeah, I designed it to have, so in the pattern you can choose between a regular instep or a tall instep, and I have like a Google Sheets that you can use to calculate which type of instep you should be working. And it was really nice. Some of the testers said that is the first time that they've worked a toe-up sock that fits their tall instep very well. So I was very pleased to hear that. Yeah, so I think that's it for the construction. And the main reason actually that I did it toe up is to be able to do this little decorative edge that I'm really pleased with. I really like how it turned out. But one of the things that came up during the test is that for some people, it was like flaring out quite a bit here. So there's a few things that you could do to avoid this from happening. One of the tip that I give in the pattern is to go down one needle size when you're doing the decorative edge. And another thing that one tester suggested is to use elastic thread to to like cinch in the sock on your leg. And I think that could work really well if you thread it through the welt, because this little bump here is like a tiny welt. So I think that could work really nicely. And yeah, and another tester, Ulysse of Woollentwine, actually, she made these as well. And she said that when she blocked it, she put like an elastic around here to like make it block really nicely. So I thought that was a good idea as well. So those are little tips and tricks that you can use to have a really nice decorative edge. I think that mine works really well on my leg. Like it doesn't flare when I'm wearing it because I'm wearing it like it's not super tall, but pretty tall. And some of the testers made their sock shorter, which you could also do. But like at this place on my leg, I think it would also flare for me. So just something to keep in mind regarding like the length and everything. So yeah, I think that's it for these Agrimonia socks. let's do a little knitting update, shall we? I'll start with the dress because I think that's the thing that I made the least amount of progress on. I think it's about the same spot as it was when you last saw it, but it's moving forward. And I think I finally figured out a way that will be able to make this pattern like size and shape inclusive, but it's going to require a bit of math from the knitter. But I'm hoping that my husband can help me to create like a spreadsheet where you just have to enter like a few things and then it gives you some, not stitch counts, but like increase rates and decrease rates for the waist shaping and hip shaping. So I still need to like sit down and actually figure it out, but I think it's going to be possible, which is exciting. Let's see. But yeah, my goal right now is to have that finished by the end of the fall and then like slowly start to work on the pattern for a test knit probably in the spring or summer for a release next fall. So we're not there yet, but we're making progress, I guess. And then the other project that I have that I think last time I showed it to, it was just the back piece. So now this is what it looks like. This is the front. So I basically just joined under the arms here in the round and I made the collar. I didn't fold it down. It's going to be folded down. And I would try it on, but I don't have try it on tubing for the body. Something like this. And yeah, I'm really enjoying the process, like knitting with this yarn. I'm using one strand of Ulysse by the Rerum Natura and one strand of the Bérénice. And knitting both of those together is so dreamy. It's so nice and it creates like a very airy fabric because the Ulysse is a woolen spun yarn. So yeah, I am enjoying the process a lot. And yeah, right now I'm kind of debating because we're leaving today to go to the mountains for a hike tomorrow. So we're sleeping there tonight because we have to wake up pretty early to go hike. And it's a like 2-ish hour drive. And I have this much left of like the 2 balls that I'm working on. So I'm pretty sure that in less than 2 hours, I'm gonna get this done. So, and once I finish these 2 balls, I really want to start the sleeve just to have a good idea of how the sleeve is gonna fit in case I need to like modify something in the yoke. So before like knitting the whole body, I would like to at least start a sleeve. And I don't want to start a sleeve while I'm knitting in the car. Like it's just not a good project right now to travel with. And the dress also because it's quite big and I need to travel with the cone, so it's a bit complicated. So I think that both of those projects will stay here for the weekend, but because of that, I wanted to cast on a new pair of socks because that's my preferred project to travel. But I swatched this morning. I had an idea last night for a different colored version of this one that I think I've shown before on a podcast episode. So it's a colorwork sock with very, very tiny flowers. And it's very enjoyable to work. And I do love the colors that I chose here, but it feels a bit too like spring-like. And right now I'm really craving fall colors. So, and I wanted maybe to change something with this version. That's why I just like stopped knitting on it. But yeah, so last night I was doing yoga for the first time in a long time, actually. And an idea came to mind for different colors for the same pattern. And I thought, oh, it would be nice, like a kind of like a light-ish brown for the main color, and then a very like pale, either cream or pale pink for the flower, and a brown for the stem instead of the green. And then, so I was thinking, oh, which yarn can I use? Where do I order this from? But then I was like, wait a minute, I think I have everything in stash. So I went upstairs after doing my yoga and found these 3 skeins that you just saw me wind up. So these are all Woollentwine Ovis sock, and I don't know with the lighting today if you'll see the correct colors, but this is like a very, very pale, like beige that leans towards pink. It's, I think, the shade linen. This is a medium tone brown, I would say, and a very dark brown. This is Auburn. This one, I don't remember the name. I'll write it down below. And I thought that together they would be very nice. So this one as the main color, this one as the flowers, and this one for the stems. And like when you look at it like this, it looks like there's enough contrast between these two, but when I started to swatch, quickly found out that there's not enough contrast. So on the top, on the camera, it doesn't look so bad actually, I think, from the viewfinder. But yeah, on the top is swatched with those 3 colors, and then I thought that there wasn't enough contrast with the little like pink, light pink color, so I picked another pink. Ciao! I don't know if you're here, but it's lunchtime and the little lady is hungry. Tu vas aller manger? T'as faim? No answer. But yeah, I had this pink that is a bit lighter, so I thought I would swatch with that. So the second little row of flowers is with that, and I think that one is too bright. So I don't know. I am still pondering about this design. I wanted to cast this on today for a card knitting project, but that might have to wait. And then, which one is it? This one. So a few weeks ago, I think when I was in Canada actually, there's I think they were a newer yarn brand based in Portugal and Germany. And so they contacted me to see if I wanted to try their yarns before they get ready to, like, I think relaunch their website. And I don't think they have a date set out yet, but it should be, they said, September or October. So if there is a date by the time this episode, this vlog launches, I'll let you know. But yeah, so they wanted to send me something, and I really like their mohairs. So you should go check out their website or their Instagram. They have a lot of like variegated mohair. I don't know if you can see it well here, but I'll put some B-roll if this doesn't do it justice. Yeah, lots of like variegated yarns. I think the aesthetic of their brand is really nice. So I was really excited. I picked this one, and my idea was to pair this with another yarn, kind of to like tone it down, just because if you know me, you know that I'm not like an eclectic color person, apart from the very bright sweater here that I am knitting. So yeah, I wanted to kind of and I love the look of a variegated mohair with a background that is more neutral, so that you get a few little pops of color. So I swatched actually with the same, this is the Woollentwine Ovis sock in the shade Linen. So I swatched these two together. And I forgot to say, but this, I think, I don't have the ball band with me, but I think it's the Shimo. It's a lace weight silk mohair yarn. And yeah, this one is the Ovis sock. And the Ovis sock, I like to work it on a tighter gauge than I usually work my other socks. So I thought that with a smaller needle, so 2.25 millimeter needles, so I thought that pairing them together would be nice to work it at like a regular gauge on 2.5 millimeter needles. So yeah, I started to swatch something. And at first I thought it would look nice with cables, but then I pivoted a little bit. I didn't actually swatch for the cables. I had an idea to kind of recreate the Prato socks, but make the flowers like smaller. And I have like a dried flower here. I'll go get it because that was the inspiration. So this is the dry flower that inspired this sock design. So as you can see, it has like, I don't even know how to describe it. This is what it looks like. And so it reminded me also of the Prato socks where you have like little baubles and then it like creates a flower. But I wanted something a bit smaller, so for the flower width, I guess. So this is what I have so far. I don't know if you see very well, but it's just like 3 baubles on a like stalk or stem, a column of twisted stitches. And it's hard to tell because I only did 2. I think I should have swatched for a bit more of them to get a better idea. But I think I like it. The original plan was to do it like fully ribbed. So this is basically a knit 1 through the back loop, purl 2. So it's like a ribbed pattern. My plan was to do that like all the way around the leg for the whole leg and foot. But I need to see if it would work with the stitch count and everything. I think I like it, but again, it's difficult to tell with this tiny, tiny swatch. But I may just cast on this one today while I'm in the car and just see if I like it. And I'm not sure yet, but if it ends up looking a lot like the Prato socks, I might just do like a pattern expansion for that pattern. But at the same time, I think that I have a stitch repeat that is not the same, so I might have to do a separate pattern. To be determined. Basically, I thought that I would swatch for 2 things that would give me like 2 very nice sock options for today, but now I am very undecided. So yeah, let's see what I end up doing. Now I need to get the house a bit in order before we leave and pack. And I'm still not sure if we're bringing the cat because we're going away for 2 nights, so she should be fine if she stays alone. We've left her for a weekend before and she's fine, but she's getting old and I don't want to leave her alone, so she might come with us. I just hope that it's not going to traumatize her too much because last time we brought her, the first night in the mountains, she was not okay. She was very nervous and didn't let me sleep, basically, so I don't know. Let's see what we shall do. As-tu faim? T'as bien mangé? Oui, t'as faim? Ok, on va manger. my regular face sunscreen, so I need to use a like tinted one. Hopefully it doesn't like run down my face when I sweat today. I'm a bit nervous for today's hike, but try not to think about the fact that it's an elevation that I've never done before. And just think about the fact that if I take it slow, I can do it.
It's only a dream. Nothing is really what it seems anyway. Now little by little, in the twilight's gentle flow, in the dance of fading light we grow. You get fooled by anyone so easily. I'm lost. You say you're tired, so am I. But without you, I'm lost. I'm lost. Yeah, we can walk on water. Boats are leaking, soon the walls will be giving in. Anytime now, anytime now. Another shrug of the shoulders. I guess I'll be walking home in the rain. I lost you, but then you were mine again.
I just wanna go out and walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out and walk with you. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine, sailing over pavement with our two arms. I like to see the shape you're in from time to time. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine. I just wanna see the same things you can heaven when you're next to me. I just wanna see the same things you can see. I just wanna go out on a walk with you. Could be 20 minutes or an hour or two. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. I just wanna go out on a walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk.
Good morning. I'm sitting knitting outside, and as you can see, I did decide to bring this sweater because I didn't know which sock project to work on. I couldn't decide, so I decided to bring this one because it's my favorite whip at the moment. So yeah. But yeah, yesterday I was very happy that I was able to do the hike that we intended to do. It was actually my goal at the beginning of summer. I set a goal to hike 700 meters of elevation, and I was able to do it. It was not so difficult to go up the mountain, and I was really proud when I reached the top. But then going down was much more difficult. I really struggled, and at the end I was destroyed, but today I feel fine. So I'm just very happy that I was able to do it. And yeah, I thought I would do the last little catch-up of this video. I think I'm going to try this on and show you what it looks like so far. Yeah, let me just put some try-it-on tubing for the sleeve that I'm currently working on, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, this is what I have so far, and I'm really happy with how it's looking. I just did a little try-on in the bathroom this morning, so just to get a general idea, and just realized that I'm losing stitches for the body. I'll fix that later. But yeah, I did a little try-on, and I'm really happy with how it's looking at the front. But I'll try to show you at the back. I'm a bit concerned, but I think that once I work like the sleeve a bit longer, it's gonna get heavier. And also with blocking, it might fix the little issue that I'm having at the back right now. So I think it's fine, like when I'm like this, but when I fold my arm, I don't know if you can see, it's like bunching up there. I think it's just like normal thing that happens with oversized sweaters, the drop shoulder, but yeah, I'm really hoping that it's going to look nicer than this once blocked and once the sleeve is like longer and heavier. So yeah, fingers crossed. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little vlog. I feel like I was a bit all over the place, but that's life, right? And yeah, I also did start the sourdough starter, but I'm not sure if it's going to work, and now I've left it for the weekend at home while we're here in the mountains, so I don't know what it's gonna look like once I get home, but maybe in the next vlog I'll show you where it's at, if it has survived, and hopefully start to make bread soon. So yeah, I hope that you're doing well and that you worked on something that you enjoyed while watching this. I always like to know what you were working on, so if you want to, just leave a comment with what it is that you were working on. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.